Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emery Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Bring you our 2014 NFL Draft Special. We're taking a look at the Chicago Bears, and we're going inside the war room. We're going to look at their team needs to see what players could be possible selections to help fill those needs. But first, let's start off by taking a look at the upcoming picks the Bears have in this year's draft.
The Bears own 7 selections in this year's draft with 2 6th-round picks and no pick in round 7. But where they have to get better, I'd start along that defensive line, more so on the inside. They have to be able to stop the run better in 2014, and it starts by strengthening the interior. I also look in the secondary at strong safety, maybe depth at cornerback. As great as Charles Tillman has been over the course of his future Hall of Fame career, he can't play forever. And on the offensive side of the football, they must add depth along the offensive front and in the backfield, and in my opinion, at quarterback. Now, here are some things to keep in mind when you're watching this video. Number one, these picks are based off my own personal rankings of these prospects using my own personal big board. And this is the Bears portion of my total 7-round mock draft for all 32 teams. And to view that big board and other mock drafts for other NFL teams, visit our website at footballgameplan.com/draft. We talked about strengthening the defensive interior, and no better way to do that than selecting Louis Nix III out of Notre Dame, who's a space eater with surprising quickness and pocket collapsing ability a la Vince Wilfork, who plays for the New England Patriots. I think he'd fit perfectly next to Stephen Paella on the Bears' interior defensive line. I'm a big fan of Phillip Gaines out of Rice. He excels in press coverage. He has long arms and plays the ball very well. I think he can instantly step in as that third cornerback while being groomed as the starter down the line. Deion Bailey out of USC is a versatile athlete that can play in a rover role in sub packages. He has very good football IQ and will give defensive coordinator Mel Tucker a lot of flexibility in how he plans to use a player like Bailey, who also played linebacker while at USC. In the 4th round, I go into the running back pool and grab Devonta Freeman out of Florida State, who is a one-cut downhill runner that also runs with a purpose. And right now, he'll compete with second-year player Michael Ford for the backup duties behind Matt Forte. I think Zach Mettenberg out of LSU would be an ideal fit for Mark Trestman's offense. Mettenberg is a big guy that can push the ball downfield and one who excels in the intermediate passing game. He's coming off an ACL injury, so he'll be brought along slowly and then eventually compete for that number 2 spot behind Jay Cutler. The way this mock draft fell for Chicago, I think they get good value here in round 6 with USC center Marcus Martin. Here's a guy that's an early entrant to the draft. He's an outstanding run blocker, but needs more refining in his pass protection. I think he'll be Aaron Kromer's pet project moving forward. And rounding out the Bears draft, I had them bolstering the depth at outside linebacker and Notre Dame's Prince Shimbo, who's a solid all-around player that plays the run extremely well, which is something that they definitely need to do a lot of this season. So here's how my mock draft shakes out for the Chicago Bears. As you can see, a team that doesn't have a lot of holes. They do have a lot of depth issues, mostly on the defense side of football, and if they can improve those things in the draft, they'll be a lot better in 2014. And I also want to give a huge shout out to Chicago Bear fan forums for always showing football game plan support.